In this video, we're going to be introducing the new call flow builder, the tool which allows you to create unique and fully customizable call flows for each of your tracking numbers. Let's dig right into it. So from the main menu, you can go to call flows and then either click on the plus button or select the newly created call flow that already exists in your list. I'm going to go ahead and click on the new call flow. You'll notice that now you have a builder. You can drag and drop multiple features in your call flow by clicking on the plus button. So just to go through the various add-ons that you've been used to viewing on the menu on the left, they are now available on a menu on the right and applicable directly within your call flow. So you can add a mask caller ID, recording, geo-routing with caller ID prefix, add greetings, keypad entry, or automated attendant, routing based on day of week or time of day, also voicemail, whisper, and call survey. Now, you can also add a single dial, multiple dial, sequential, or weighted, or if you want the call to be blocked, you can choose the hang up option. Let's go ahead and create a new the simplest form of call flow, which most of you typically set up. So what you would do in this case is simply click on the plus button, select the dial, and here you have the destinations you already set on your destinations page. Now, if you don't have a destination or you want to add a new destination, instead of going to the menu option here, you can also click on add destination and then input the destination, and this will directly add it here. I'm going to go ahead and click on Jimmy here. So what this says is whenever a new call arrives from one of your tracking numbers, route it to Jimmy and then end the call. So I'm going to name this simple call flow Jimmy, so I know exactly what this call flow does. Now, heading over to tracking numbers, I can choose which tracking number uses a call flow that I just created. So if I want 747-666-1041 to route calls to Jimmy, I would simply go ahead and select from the drop-down menu, simple call flow Jimmy. That's it. Whoever calls this number will now connect to this destination I just set in the call flow. Now, if I want to assign more than one number to a call flow, I can, if I have many tracking numbers and I just want to use the call flow that I just created, select all the tracking numbers, then click on the assign call flow to tracking numbers, select the call flow which you want to apply and click on change, and this will apply the specific call flow to all of your tracking numbers. Now, if you want to quickly edit that, there's an edit button here, and by clicking this, it will take you directly to the call flow. Now, what you need to be aware of is whatever change you make here, if the call flow participates in a tracking number, it will be applied immediately. So if I click here on recording, for instance, the call flow has been saved, and whoever dials this number without further ado will also be recorded. So any changes you make to an active call flow who is being used are directly being set in place. If you don't want that, then you can unassign any call flow or create a new one with new rules. So I'm going to go ahead here to call flows, and then I'm going to create a new call flow just to show you a more advanced. So let's name this call flow whisper, uses a whisper, and greeting. Okay, so I'm going to name this call flow whisper and greeting. So what do I want to do? What do I want to achieve here? I want to achieve that whenever you get a new call, dial this to, and I'm going to keep it as is. I'm fine with the destination, but I also want a whisper here. So I want Anna to listen to a whisper before she answers the call. Now I have a couple of options here. I can use the tracking number whisper, which I have configured already in my media library, or I can use a text-to-speech and input the whisper text. So here I'm just gonna type call from the website. And I can also choose the pronunciation. So if it's in English, Australian, British accent, Welsh accent, or US accent, and then also you can choose different pronunciations, German, Italian, or wherever you're located, and choose between female and male. Once you're happy with that, you can also choose between two options. If you want to play the whisper once, so Anna is informed and then the call directly connects, or if you want to have the whisper being played on loop until Anna presses a digit and connects with the client. Now I also mentioned that I want a greeting here, so similarly I would go before the dial and click on the plus button and add a greeting here, which again I also have the option to have an audio file from the media library, which I'll cover in a minute, or also select text-to-speech. And this is the greeting that the caller will hear. So hello, thank you for calling Nimbara, and then choose female or male as the voice, and you can play it just so you can listen and that you're happy with it. The player here on the bottom. Now once you're happy with the call flow and you're all set, head over back. As mentioned, everything is saved, so head back to tracking numbers, choose the tracking number that you want the call flow to be applied, select it from the list, and you're good to go. 474-666-1041 will now use the Whispers plus Greetings call flow. Now, in the video I mentioned the media library. The media library is a single repository of all your uploads and recordings. So there may be times where you don't want the speech to text, right? You want to record your message and you want to use that message to your callers. Now, either be that greeting, survey, a voicemail, or a whisper. Under whispers, you can also assign a whisper to the specific tracking number, which can be used at all times, but you can also upload your own whisper. So let me delete those, click on the plus sign, and then add new MP3 audio. And from my list of MP3s, I can upload this and have it as my whisper. So when I head back to call flows, let's choose the whisper plus greeting. I can change now the whisper to tracking number whisper, telling me that it will use the file I just uploaded on my tracking number from the media lab, right? So whoever calls this number will hear this whisper on the call flow. Now, similar to how I uploaded the whispers, you can upload voicemail messages, surveys, or greetings. Click on the plus button, upload your MP3 file, and you'll have access to all of your recordings on your media library. Now let's head back to call flows and start designing a little bit more complex call flows. So again, I'm going to hit the plus button, and then I'm going to go here. I'm going to delete the dial because I want, let's say, a different scenarios to route calls to different people. So I'm going to click on the plus sign here, and let's go with day of week, right? So I have a scenario where on weekdays I want calls to be routed to Anna, and then on weekends I want calls to be routed to Jimmy. So what I would do here in this case, I would select Saturday and Sunday, and then I have two routing options, right? So on the weekdays, plus dial Anna, and then during the weekends, plus dial Jimmy. That's it. I can also add times of day, right, if I want to make it more complex. So I click on the plus sign here for weekdays from 8 a.m. till, let's say, 2 p.m. I might want to have it ring to Anna, but from 2 p.m. to till the end of the day, I want to have it routed to Jimmy again. Now, when your call flow is valid, you'll notice that it's green and you're ready to apply it to one of your tracking numbers. Now, you can scroll, you can drag and drop. If you ever miss your call flow here, you can click on this button and we'll realign it to the center. So I can name this let's say day plus time of week, and my call flow is ready again. So if I head over to call flows, I have my day and time of week. It's not currently used because I haven't used it in my tracking numbers. Let's try one more. I think you're getting the way this works right now. So let's choose some more advanced options like keypad entry, right? So keypad entry tells you what will happen whenever somebody presses a digit on their device. Now you'll notice that once you add an option about a guise of what is missing. So for the keypad entry, it says that we're missing a keypad value and this functionality requires a greeting message. So that's why both of these are red here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the plus sign, add a greeting. Let's go with text to speech. Press 1 to connect with Jimmy. Press 2 to connect with Anna. Press 3 to leave a message. So now I have my greeting, keypad entry. Let's set those scenarios. So keypad entry 1 goes to dial and Jimmy. And keypad entry 2 goes to dial Anna. And then keypad entry 3 goes directly to voicemail. So again, for voicemail, you can choose a system audio, or if you have your own recording, you can add a new voicemail audio from the media library. And also, this call flow is ready to be applied to a tracking number. So I'm going to go ahead and save this to as keypad entry. Now, there may be times where you don't have a one-to-one dial and you want multiple or sequential or weighted rings. I'm going to go ahead with multiple here just to show you. So for multiple, I want both Anna and Jimmy to ring, right? So whenever somebody calls this, both of the destinations numbers will ring, and whoever picks up first will connect with the caller. You can click on this sticky destinations option. So if this caller calls again, they will always connect to the person that initially had picked up the phone in the first place. Other options include sequential or weighted. So let's go ahead with weighted. So if you're running paper calls and you're sending calls to multiple destinations, you can have a percentage set here. So maybe I want 70% of calls to go to Anna and 30% to go to Jimmy. Again, if you want the caller to connect always with the person who gets a call, if they dial again, click on sticky destinations, name this weighted, and I'm good to go. So you're getting the hang of it. You can create multiple call flows, then go to tracking numbers, remove, and then assign a new call flow from the ones that you've selected. It should be fairly easy and intuitive to set up call flows based on the options we have here. And you're free to experiment with simple or complex scenarios based on your case. That's more or less it. Give it a go and hope you enjoy.